It's snowing. We've got snow outside and on top of the boat. So what's been happening since I last sent a little wibble out into YouTube land? Well, boaty bits, as you can see, is still ongoing. It's been a week and a bit now since our little baby Grumble went. I was quite emotional at getting the space. No, actually, I was quite emotional after 23 years. But, you know, we made some really good friends. We've still got some really good friends, and we've got some space and whatever. So this was it going. Oh. We've seen the low loaders before, haven't we? Or whatever these are called. It's not a low... Is it a low loader? Recovery truck. Wow. Oh. That poor little baby. Wow. It's usually a recovery truck bringing them home. So this is it. This is our little baby going after 23 years. Oh. That does feel strange. And that's that. And this was the day after. Oh, well, that's weird, isn't it? It's a floating pontoon and no purple truck. I don't like it. I do like the space. Wow. Very, very odd. And this is the odd little oil drip. This is where Grumble left its mark. Wow. Well, certainly going to be different from now on. Coming out to check if we've had any no posts. So there we are. What are we going to do with all this space, boys and girls? We're going to build a brewery. So anyway, back on to what are we doing? Well, we've varnished all of these, and I'm now starting to put them up onto Ralph. Yeah, and it's a bugger because this tongue and groove cladding stuff, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but it sort of warps. It goes kind of like concave. You can probably see a little bit there. I'll try and show you at the end. I'm not sure if it's bright enough in there. There you go, you can see there. It warps a little bit concave. Now, it did that inside in the boathouse where we originally used this at the top of the stairs. I don't think it'll be a massive problem, but it does make putting it up a bit of a... Stop flickering. It does make putting it up here a bit of a pain in the neck. So I'm doing about a foot at a time. And I'm using the high grab adhesive that we used to stick this up. So I'm not getting a bad join. It's not too bad. This was cut a little bit short here, so stop flickering. So I'm just sticking it under there for the time being until we get up to about here. When we get to here, I'm going to use the router just to you know, start cutting the hole here. I was going to take the mushroom vent up there out and then put a drill through to drill a pilot hole through, but I think I'm just going to use the flush bit, trim bit on the router. So that's where we're at. Yeah, moving on. So the next stage will be getting this finished enough to move on to, and at the same time getting the brewery built on the outside. It's now March the whatever it is, 9th today, and what I did say was I was going to spend the first 6 months of this year, I was going to back away from some of the support groups that I run in order to get the brewery and the boathouse into some resemblance of, well, if not done, at least in the process of being done. So yeah, I'm quite happy that I've done that. It was a bit difficult. Stop running the support groups, but the thing is, I knew that because we stopped them during COVID, I knew that I would be able to restart them again, even though the members will be different, obviously, because members of that group, the criteria for being a member is that they've got terminal cancer or terminal illness, really. And so I know I will be able to pick that up again, but I think dropping it was necessary, just so I could focus a little bit on doing the stuff that I need to do for me. You know, I think I don't have a problem with that. I think it's all right to say I need to do some stuff for me. Altruism's fine, but you know, it shouldn't be complete self-sacrifice. So having said that, I've dropped the groups, but yeah, I get the odd phone call. He said odd phone call where people phone up and say, oh, just phoning up to see how you are, and then spend the next 25-30 minutes telling you how shit things are for them. But I'm used to that. Yeah, it comes with a cap, unfortunately. Do I mind? Not really. I know it's difficult to say no, but if I am busy, I have started saying, look, sorry, I'm really busy at the moment. Can I call you back? And then I'll call them back when I'm not busy. So I think that's probably about the right sort of balance to achieve. Today I've only had one phone call, and that was very, very quick. Fortunately, the person concerned didn't really need to speak to me, and I said, is this important? They said, well, I didn't say is this important, because obviously, you know, I just said, look, can this wait? And they said, yeah. It was more professional rather than personal. It's professional support rather than personal support. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, I know it's kind of weird, isn't it, that I don't know, I spent so much of my life kind of looking at supporting others, and now I'm in a situation of doing a bit of support for myself, which isn't a bad thing. So anyway, that's just to bring you very briefly up to speed on where we are. Stay tuned, because there's some interesting news coming about building the brewery outside, but I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest at the moment on those. And let's face it, I have got a rather large chest within which to bury those cards. Whatever you're doing, you take care now. Oh no, hang on, before we do, I'll just show you this snow out here on our little Mustn't Grumble, or on Jeff and Sandra's little Mustn't Grumble. Isn't that lovely? I just had a look at the weather. As some people know, Jeff and Sandra live in Australia, and it's 25 degrees in Melbourne. Well, it will be in daytime. It's night time at the moment, and it's probably about -1 here. So it's time to take little hound to the park. So whatever you're doing, do it safely, look after yourself and those that you care about, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Countries like France and Germany, Spain, Italy and elsewhere already have minimum safety levels in place. In fact, we're the outlier for not having those.
Can I just delicately point out the flaw in the argument is that at the moment you can't get an ambulance, you can't get health workers, you can't get beds in hospitals. There's no point in suggesting that it's the strikes that are causing this problem. It's not. It's the shortages. That's why the strikes are happening, because quite frankly, the staff can't cope as it is. Honestly,
Those are
Grant,
absolute-
it's not lists though. It's not waiting times. It's literally having to spend the night on your floor because the ambulance doesn't come
Yeah.
because there aren't enough people. Having to sit in a hospital car park or on a hospital chair
no.
because you haven't got enough people there. These aren't like operation waiting times where you might be able to go about your daily life. These are literally A&E desperate times.